Welcome to Mark My Words, a podcast that not only aims to inspire and teach the listener about entrepreneurship, it also aims to give my guests an opportunity to talk about their unique journey in entrepreneurship and life. So join me and my guests as we meet at the crossroads on Mark My Words. Sometimes in life, everything just seems to line up and lines up in the most mysterious ways. And today, I have a guest that I have certain things in common with them, and it just all lines up. Yolonda Bey, founder of Rollin Frozen. I'm already getting stuck on my intro here. So I'm trying to remember everything that I found that's so mysterious. But Yolanda is from Philadelphia. I'm from the Philadelphia area. Yolanda got her start in the entertainment business. And while I didn't get my start in entertainment business, I got my start picking up garbage at Reading Municipal Stadium. I have been working in the entertainment business for about 20 years now. And also, both of us just moved to Florida within the past few years. And I am very happy to have Yolanda Bey of Rollin Frozen on Mark My Words. How you doing today, Yolanda?
I'm good. I'm good to be here. Thanks for having me.
It's great to have you, and it's great to get through that intro. I was like, oh man, this is a great way, very creative way to get going here. So I just kind of got all jumbled up, but hopefully not too jumbled up from here. So great to have you on the show. You have a great resume, for lack of a better way to describe that. So let me just kind of jump in. First of all, so for me, just to kind of go through and get to where you are now, when I was really little, I was very intrigued by not only the entertainment business, but just television technology and all that stuff, which I'm probably one in like 500,000 who have that combination there. But for for you to have gotten into becoming an actress and finding your way in the entertainment business, how did that come about? Did you always kind of have like that bug, like you wanted to put yourself out there, like you wanted to act? How did you start there in your career?
Okay, so actually, my acting career started at birth. When my parents had me at the hospital, I guess it was the casting directors. They were looking for the perfect baby for the movie Philadelphia with Denzel Washington and Tom Hanks, and I happened to be the perfect baby. It was interesting because my mom told me that she wasn't even aware of who Denzel Washington was at the time. But she called my father up and he ran over to the hospital and he was like, he knew who Denzel Washington was and he okayed them to put me in the movie. So literally from my mom's womb into the movie Philadelphia. That's really how the introduction of acting started for me. And pretty much ended because I didn't have any other acting roles after that, but that was the start of something.
Oh, wow. Okay. So that again is that's not what I expected. I expected, well, I just had it in me. I had to get out there. You were a cute baby. Fair enough. So after that experience, that whole idea of pushing that, 'cause that's a pretty big time role. And granted, you were a baby, but still, that's more than I've done. I've never been an award-winning Hollywood feature, and I've been in this field for years. So, I mean, that in itself, that's incredible. So, what did you think about as far as what you wanted to be, what you wanted to do? Did you ever even think about entrepreneurship?
Not quite. Um, Growing up, everybody would call me like the star, like that's the movie star, that's the movie star. So I always knew that I was destined to be something great. As I got older, I did want to act, but so after I think I was 18 years old, I took some acting classes. It was extremely hard. I gave up. I did give up. Um, and so that's where things started. Fast forward to about I want to say it was 2019. No, 2017. I'm sorry. 2017, the year my mom passed away. I began selling bathing suits. Now, I started selling bathing suits because my husband and I would travel a lot, and we would always travel somewhere warm, and I was always in a bathing suit. So I'm like, I'm going to sell bathing suits. So I started selling bathing suits for just a brief. It was very short. Then right after that, I started selling shoes because I have a love for shoes. So I had a shoe boutique for about a year and a half. Um, both things were short-lived until I got into the ice cream business, and that's where Rollin Frozen was born in 2021.
Wow. Okay. So let me see here. No, that's really great. So what exactly inspired you to start Rolling Frozen?
Um, Literally, my love for ice cream. I wanted to do something that was more hands-on. The other boutiques was more so online. Whereas the Rolling Frozen, anytime with my husband and I would travel, we would always look for the local ice cream spots because we both have a love for ice cream. So we would find local ice cream shops around, and I came across a little ice cream place in Miami. And I thought it was so cool. The initial spark didn't hit me until after that when I started seeing roll ice cream more like on YouTube and different social media networks. And that's when I didn't originally start with roll ice cream. So I just knew I wanted to do ice cream. But I knew I wanted to be different, like not scooped ice cream, not the soft serve ice cream. I knew I wanted to be different. So then I found to do roll and frozen. I'm like, oh my God, roll ice cream would be perfect. Like is different. I don't really see it in Philadelphia like that. I think I've seen it like once or twice in Philly, but I knew it was different. This being a woman-owned business, um, I I just jumped right into it.
So what exactly inspired you? So Rolling Frozen, I almost said it's not just a clever name. It is a very clever name, but what made you just get inspired to say, I don't want it to just be self-serve and just a typical thing. I want to get really creative. I want to do it like a rolled up creative way. Like what made you want to do Rolling Frozen as it is?
Yeah, so I just wanted to be different. Like I said, I didn't want the scoop ice cream or the soft serve ice cream. So literally, I just wanted to be different. I wanted to find a way to serve ice cream differently from everyone else. And although there are other roll ice cream businesses out there, I knew that I would bring something different to Philadelphia because that's where I started my business in Philadelphia.
And what challenges did you experience along the way? Because I know for me, getting this show started, there's certainly a lot of obstacles, and there's a certain, I won't say a process, because there's never really like a process with entrepreneurship, but what did you encounter as far as like, what you needed to do? Because it's not just an online business. This is like an actual business that people have to go to, which I feel kind of stupid saying that, but there's so many businesses with today where you don't necessarily have to go there. So the challenges for you are a little different than somebody like me who maybe doesn't have to go out.
Yeah. So okay, so I had my Rolling Frozen started. We have a food truck. So I had a lot of challenges actually. So first things first, just finding a location for my food truck, that was a challenge. getting all the proper paperwork, the licenses and stuff, the health department, I had to keep getting inspected over and over again because it was always something like may have been missing, like maybe the water wasn't hot enough, so it was a lot of different challenges initially. Um, Other challenges when I moved my food truck to Florida, I thought that I could just operate because it's warm all year round. I thought I could just pull up somewhere and just operate. That was not the case. So finding a location was probably one of my biggest challenges because location is very important in business. If you aren't at the right location, then you won't get sales. You won't have a good business. So initially, when I came here and I found a location, um, it wasn't a good location at first. So the location I am in right now is a better location. It's more of a tourist area. So I'm still facing challenges because Florida is so hot. People don't want to come out the house. They like people pay for convenience. So I'm like right in the process right now of trying to pivot to like online ordering or like pickups and stuff like that because we've been getting a lot of thunderstorms, a lot of rain, and people don't want to come out. So I have to pivot so people can come and get ice cream from me. So that's the challenge that I'm really facing right now, as we speak.
Our lives mirror each other in very strange ways because when I first moved down here, I also found that I felt like I moved to the wrong area, and obviously for way different reasons, but it was kind of weird moving down here because everywhere pretty much seems like a good place to settle and a good place to be, but it's not necessarily the case, and that's weird that you had that same experience as I did. And
Yeah,
I can also relate to everything you're saying about Florida because I also it's not as hot as last summer. Last summer was absolutely brutal. This summer is hot, but it's been like storms every single day. Like
every day.
I'm looking out now and I know a storm, at least thunder. We may not get
Yeah.
rain, but we'll get some thunder. And there's something every single day. So I see, even though I'm not out there selling ice cream, I see your challenges because I too do not want to go anywhere, which is probably not what you want to hear. Although now that I know where you're located, I definitely, because I work out that way, I come out that way a lot, obviously, because there's a very famous mouse out that way. But I, I definitely will need to come out that way because yeah, I would love who doesn't I guess I shouldn't say who doesn't love ice cream. I'm sure somebody doesn't, but most of us do.
Most people do. I haven't heard anybody tell me they didn't like ice cream. So
So, what are you as far as so you're here in Florida, you moved from Philadelphia, you're in a great place obviously to really get the business going and to really have it boom down here. What what are your plans as far as like maybe expansion or maybe other ideas that you have in mind now that you're here?
oh, I feel like I have a lot. But speaking of that mouse that you were speaking of, I would love to have Rollin Frozen inside of a Disney location. That's like a goal of mine. So I'm going to just hope for the best and hope that I can get Rollin Frozen in a Disney location. But other than that, I want to expand and have brick and mortar locations. I think I want it to be like a drive-through because remember I said people pay for convenience. If people can just pull up to my location and they don't have to get out their car. They can just pull up, hey, can I get a banana pudding roll ice cream? And we can just make it really quickly and send it off. I think that will be a game changer for my business. So if I could get that, that'll be perfect. So I want to do drive-throughs. I want more food trucks because like if a location isn't doing well, I can go wherever the location I can go to wherever it is doing well. So the events and everything. So that's really my goal. Brick and mortars, more food trucks or food trailers, and just I want Rolling Frozens everywhere, all global. I want it to be a global brand, global business.
Well, I'll tell you, just from starting here in Florida, people here love food trucks, and that includes yours truly. I love when the food trucks come rolling around. There's like all these communities in Florida, whether, I mean, I guess when you're outside of Florida, the first thing you think of is, or at least that I think of, are, oh, communities are like for the senior citizens, but there's communities for younger people, people in my age range, and there's communities all over, and they all love uh, food trucks. So that to me is certainly, I know you're on the, personally, I think you're on the right track with having food trucks out there.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So how did your earlier career experiences and maybe not including your foray in acting, but how did some of your other experiences, how did they help you to prepare for what you're doing now as an entrepreneur?
I would say knowing the importance of branding, because branding, like people, they see your brand first. Like you want to be noticed. Like you want everybody to, when they see my yellow ice cream truck, they know that's Rolling Frozen. Like people tell me all the time, I roll past your ice cream truck, it stands out. So the importance of branding, that's something I learned from having my other businesses. Um, what else would I say? Just dealing with customers, even though most of my customers were online at the time, being able to um, deal with customers because customer service is extremely important. At Rollin Frozen, we pride ourselves in good customer service, and we are often complimented on our customer service. So that's something I learned just with having other businesses prior to Rollin Frozen.
So you're known as an author and a traveler. What did you like? Where would you like to see this expand to? Like, as far as just so you're here now, where else would you like this to go as far as where it expands to?
So all probably like all major cities over the US, but if we're talking about outside of the US, just from places I've been to, I would say I actually the Bahamas. I would say the Bahamas. I've been there. Um, so I've been to Morocco, Africa, and it's very beautiful there. I would love to have my roll ice cream there. So just like all like you know how you see McDonald's everywhere because McDonald's is everywhere. That's how I want rolling frozen to be.
Nice.
Globally, like everywhere.
Well, that's an awesome aspiration for sure. Um, so one thing that I know you're passionate about is STEM education, which I don't know if I know too much about that. How about you talk a little bit about that and if anything, if what role Roland Frozen and you play in influencing that?
Sure. So, Rolling Frozen, we have a STEM program where we teach the science behind roll ice cream. That's the S in STEM. So, let me talk about what STEM stands for. STEM is science, technology, science, technology, engineer, and mathematics. And so we have the science of the STEM. So we teach kids the science behind rolled ice cream, from the chemistry of freezing to the physics of rolling the ice cream, all while the children can enjoy a delicious treat. And we give them a certificate at the end of completing the class. So it's amazing. Like I love this is my favorite thing to do in the business. So I'm actually smiling extremely hard while I talk about this. But um just seeing those kids, like how they react to the class, and just they come and give me hugs, like they're extremely excited. I can see myself even when I step out of the business, like because I'm still on the truck actively doing everything. I can see myself excuse me, actually still going and teaching kids. STEM education. I think it's extremely important. Even if I can impact these children's lives just a little bit, it brings me a lot of joy. So I want to continue to do that, and that's what I look forward to doing.
What are you hoping that they walk away with when you get with them and mentor them?
Well, that's a good question, actually. I think just to know that science isn't all. What's the word I want to use? Maybe like schoolly, or like you don't have you can literally enjoy science. Like it doesn't have to be like atoms and nuclear with all that type of stuff. You can enjoy science just by learning about it and eating it. And who doesn't, like we said before, who doesn't love ice cream? Everybody loves ice cream. So these kids to learn about how to make ice cream and then be able to enjoy it is a win-win for them, right?
Right. So were you good at science growing up?
Yes,
Yeah, talk a little
absolutely.
bit.
Oh my God, science and math always were my stronger subjects. I really never really like reading and social studies and stuff like that. Math, I've always been good with numbers. Science kind of like ties into math. So just learning about science, all my favorite teachers were science and math teachers. So just I'm always intrigued by like learning like new things, like science, everything about science. Like we talked about like the atoms and stuff like that. I always like science. I didn't realize I could tie science into raw ice cream until recently. And once I learned that I could and teach the kids, it it was just like a dream come true. I'm teaching, I'm serving amazing ice cream, and I'm putting smiles on people's faces. It's really a win-win for me both ways. So yes, I love science. I always love science. I when I graduated high school, I went to a vocational school, and yeah, vocational school. And my scores in math and science were so high, so I was just like tutoring. So I was just a tutor. I always tutored. So I feel like I'm my inner child a little bit, just seeing the kids be excited for science and stuff like that. It kind of like I see myself in them. So I love what I do.
Did you have any thoughts of becoming a teacher at some point?
No, my teachers would recommend it because I was so good at it. Like because I was so good at math and science, they were like, you should be a teacher. But I didn't think that I could be a teacher because I would see the things that they would go through. But, now that I'm tying the ice cream and with, science and stuff like that and teaching the kids, I love it. Like I can see why teachers teach, although that I feel like they're underpaid, but I could continue to do what I do. I just couldn't be a teacher.
I'm sure there would be ways for you to do both, but I can imagine that, especially with some of the goals that you have for yourself. I mean, a little hard to find time to go global and teach and be good at both, I guess.
Yeah. I would love to though, honestly. If I could step back, honestly, now that I'm thinking about what you just said, I could really go global and I could teach. I could maybe like do a teaching tour where I can teach kids how to make real ice cream and love it. Like I can really do something like that. I'm actually going to put that into motion because
Well, you got it.
yeah, I think it's wonderful. I really do. Like I said before, just if I can impact these children's lives, even if it's a little bit, it's amazing. So I think that's just something I'm going to push for and continue to do.
Yeah, I know for me, like something that I really want to do is talk to people about my life and my upbringing and my journey because I've had kind of a weird life. I mean, it's been a good life, but definitely have been faced with a lot of obstacles and I have really thought a lot about talking to people, especially like the younger generation. Now, we're talking about things that are a little different. I'm getting a little personal, whereas with you, you're really trying to impact people in a different way. I mean, yeah. Have you thought about how your upbringing has impacted you to get to this point, to get to this idea? Were you really, one question I should be asking is, have you always been this passionate about ice cream?
That's actually a good question. Yes, I always loved ice cream. I never thought about it in business, ice cream business like growing up. But yes, I always love ice cream. Like who doesn't love ice cream? So I always love ice cream. So this is my passion. And honestly, recently I really been thinking about like giving it up because this is a lot has been weighing on me. It's just extremely hard adjusting to like the Florida weather as we talked about, like the thunderstorms and stuff and how it's impacting my business. And so I honestly was like, I'm ready to just give it up and sell my business. But someone I talked about it on a social media platform, and someone a lot of people was telling me not to give up, but the person that told me to give up is probably the reason why I'm not giving up. And they said to me, um, do it. If you're burnt out from your business and you're not and you don't love what you do, then you should give up. That's not verbatim what they said, but I love what I do. And when she said, if I don't love what I do, I love what I do. It's just the fact that it's impacting my business with all the thunderstorms and stuff. So I truly love everything that I do in my business, especially teaching the children. But I always loved ice cream and I'm going to continue to do what I do.
Well, I'll tell you what, don't give up because I think you have a really great idea. And let me just say so, one of the reasons that not only am I doing this show, but I'm also very uh, determined to become more of a speaker outside of this office is because of all the people who had doubts about me, my ability, maybe they didn't like the way I sound or talk. And we're not just talking about, oh, this has been going on as an adult or over the past 5 years, let's say, or whatever. This has been going on, I'm 45 now. I remember this being a challenge when I was in like preschool. I mean, just going back to the early 80s, which is a very, very, very long time ago now. And
Yeah.
I mean, that was before you even made your uh, movie debut. So we're going back a long way. And I just want to say that I have plugged through, and believe me, there have been a lot of times that I have thought about, I'm going to give up on this, I'm going to give up on that. And I have just kept going. And actually, I'm going to even talk about something right now that I haven't talked about anywhere. And I guess I'm going to have to tell my wife now because I'm talking about it now. I just filled out a form to do a TED talk on this type of topic because I really feel like my story needs to be told. Now, whether they pick me, who knows? But, you know, I'm not going to say no, but I know it's
Yeah.
going to be a little hard. But I am determined to talk about my life and this part of my journey with people and to not give up and to just keep going. And I mean, I see a lot of people writing themselves off, let's say about podcasting or being on camera. They're like, well, I just don't think I can do it. Dude, I was born with cleft lip and palate. I've had like, number of surgeries, and here I am in front of the mic here, maybe behind the mic, however you want to look at it. And I'm doing it and I'm not letting all those voices, because believe me, there's that maybe I shouldn't put it that way. That sounds weird. I have voices. It's not necessarily like that, but I have just, I'm feeling it in my gut to just keep on going. And when I found out about your foray into acting, I was like, oh, I wanted to know if there was something in your gut that made you want to do it. No, you were just a cute baby. And that's and I mean, hey, that's great. Like life, that's life. Life happens that way. And now I'm getting all over the place. But I know you didn't say you were going to give up, but the weather is going to always be a little warm down here. People are gonna want ice cream. So don't give up.
I won't. I won't. I'm still. I know. I'm still going to go back and forth. when it's hard and things like that. But I won't give up, as you shouldn't give up as well, despite all of the challenges that you had in your life. So we all go through, challenges, but we got to just stick it through. So you will get that call back from the TED Talk. I think that's what you said. Was it TED Talk?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
will
it
get
was.
you'll
It
get
was.
it. You'll get it.
I mean, we'll see. I'm not gonna say yes or no either way. I'm gonna stay right in the middle with it, and I'll let the universe take care of that for me. Is probably the best way for me to really address it. I put it out there. It's there. The universe will decide whatever the TED Talk universe, well, however you want to put it, really. But
Yeah.
but I'm really pumped up about your idea for going out there and talking and speaking to people. And one thing I do want to know is, as you're making ice cream, what type of science is the most important to you? I don't know if we've ever really thought that through too much.
What type of science is most important when making ice cream?
Yeah, when making ice cream, like what?
It It would be the freezing temperature. So our ice cream machines, they freeze up to, I would say, I think it goes to like -30, but the temperatures could be too low or too high, and the temperature in the room matters. So temperature is the most important thing when making ice cream. So I've made ice cream outdoors and it wouldn't freeze. The machines have to work, they have to work harder because it's like hot. So it's hot here in Florida and I'm making ice cream and that rolls may sometimes not roll because of the temperature outside. Because the ice cream machines, the it takes in like if it's hot, it takes in the weather or what should I say? The heat. It takes in the heat and it releases the heat that comes in. So the temperature is the most important part of rolling ice cream. If you don't have the perfect temperature on your machines, then your ice in the perfect weather inside, where like so if it's an indoor setting, if it's not perfect, then your ice cream won't come out perfect. It'll still be good though, but it just won't come out like it should. Like because we eat with our eyes, so you want to make sure the ice cream looks good. So I always tell people like if I'm doing an outdoor event, like I can come and make the ice cream, but it might not look appealing to you, but it still want to taste good. And they're like, it's okay. So I want to go down the same. So they still enjoy it.
Do you ever sit around and just randomly think, boy, that would be a really creative thing to do for an ice cream cone or a dish? Because you do a lot of creative things with your concept. Does that ever happen?
Yes, I get very creative. That's the thing. That's the that's the wonderful part about roll ice cream because you can be as creative as you would like. So I do offer ice creams in a cone as well, waffle cone. It's really delicious. It's really good. It's for the people that may not want a cup because the cup is a lot of ice cream. So the cones are smaller and it costs less. So maybe people don't want to spend $10 on a cup, but they might want to spend $5 on a cone. So I give them that option. I'm also currently working on like I'm trying to get like really creative with the ice cream. So I want like a viral ice cream moment. Like where maybe like something where it's like a bunch of like roll ice cream piled up, like an ice cream sundae. I gotta get it together. I'm still working on it, but that's the best part about roll ice cream, just being as creative as you would like to be.
And that's the beauty of having your own business in general is you can be as creative or not creative as you want to be because you don't have like you're not under the influence of a corporation or anybody else. You are the boss. So you
Yes.
can be as creative as you want to be. And I think creativity is missing in the corporate world in general. I don't think it's always encouraged enough to be creative, and I think that's why a lot of people wind up feeling a little stagnant in their
Mm.
jobs. So just that's very important if you're somebody who's really hungry for not only ice cream, but for creativity, starting your own business is a good way to go. I don't know what ice cream had to do with that little tangent there. But But one thing I do want to talk about, so you have a staff that helps you. You're not just doing it all on your own. When did you decide, okay, I can't just do all of this myself. I need some help. When did that click, and how did you go about getting people to help you not only with making ice cream, but with conducting your business?
Okay, so I always started it was my brother when I first started Rolling Frozen, my brother would help me he was my employee and we worked together and it's very important. Uh I couldn't do it on my own because one thing I want to say about roll ice cream, it takes about 3 to 5 minutes to make an ice cream. So if I have a line full of people and it's just me by myself, I just couldn't do it. Now I do it. I have done it, but it's very overwhelming. It's wear and tear on my body. But when I got to Florida, it was still just me. And then my family isn't out here, like my brothers and stuff, they're not here to help me. But so I knew I had to hire. So I created a account on Indeed and I searched for employees here. And then I found this amazing girl that I have that's been helping me. She's young. She's very good with ideas and just you gotta when you're a business owner you gotta be creative and you want to what's the word I want to use, you want to make sure that you are following like the trends and stuff like that, and I don't be knowing all the trends, so she kind of keeps me in the loop with the trends. So she'd be like, let's do this, or let's do the TikTok for this. So it's amazing, having her, and I can't wait to hire more people in Florida and just all over.
So, what have you learned being like the boss, just being an entrepreneur, having people report to you? What's important to you as the person who is the founder overseeing the business?
You know what? Ooh, okay, I want to say trust. Trust is extremely important to me because I feel like I need to be able to trust you with my business. Like my business is my life. So if I can't trust, well, I'm not gonna say I trust it with my life, but I trust it with my business. Just being able to trust someone, being able to trust them collecting money, being able to trust them to be nice to customers, being able to trust them with making food, making sure they're handling food safely and stuff like that. So trust is the most important thing when you're looking for employees, because if you can't trust them, then you need to get rid of them. And that's what I want to say.
So that's been a major roadblock for me because I would love, now I'm working full time, regular job during the day. So that makes it hard enough to begin with as far as really expanding. But I get a lot of inquiries about, oh, I can help you with this, I can help you with that. I got an email recently with just lowercase subject, lowercase words in the subject, one sentence about how awesome my podcast was and they can help me, which is amazing, but it's like they didn't really give me anything else. So I'm like, I don't really know what to do with this. Like, you didn't really tell me like what you do, what your company is, and I would love, oh my gosh, I would love to collaborate and be like, yeah, I really trust that person. Let's, try to build this up more. But it's just like I have a lot of trouble finding like trust. And I know that there are people out there. I haven't quite found the match, if there is a match, but finding trust in people to work on your baby, your business, I mean, that's really asking a lot. It's hard. And I know you can
It's
speak to that.
Yes, it's extremely, extremely hard. I have a good friend of mine who's I would love him on my team. Like I'm mad that he's in Philadelphia, but I would trust him running my entire business, like making him the general manager of my business because I've watched how he cater to other people's businesses and not get paid for it. So if you find someone like that, I'm like, yo, so many businesses would love to have you on their team. Like literally, like that's someone I can trust, like someone that I know will put their all into your business to grow. He's good with communicating, talking to people. He know how to, get them to come buy ice cream. He would come when I was in Philly, and people would walk past. Hey, come get some ice. Like he'll be talking to them. He do a better job than me, and I'm not on there. So you have to. It is very hard to find people that you trust. It is. So I would say use your discernment and just fill them out and just try to you know get to know the person a little more before you hire them. That would be my advice to you.
I mean, that's good advice for just about anything in life because you really have to try to get to know somebody and develop that trust. Because there are some people who just think they're like, you're gonna trust me, you're gonna love me, and it's like, well, you gotta give me something to trust. So
Yeah,
it's very hard, and there's so many people, especially online, who are very eager to you know, get themselves affiliated with something, but it's like, okay, not to be too paranoid, but I just need to feel that trust. And uh, one lowercase subject and one sentence telling me how great my show is, you can help me, it's not going to be quite enough.
yeah, I agree.
And I had to mute myself in order to cough because this is a lot of talking for me today in general. But I digress. That is not your problem. Your problem is answering my questions, I guess. Is that a problem? I don't even know. But
No, it's not.
so putting that silliness aside, so you're here, you're in Florida, you're rolling frozen, and I would like to know, and I'm sure others would like to know, how they can not only learn more about you, because you've got a beautiful website here that I've been scrolling through for, like a week or so now. Just, it's a beautiful website, and looks like you
Thank
even do delivery. So, yeah, talk a little bit about how people can get a hold of you, how they can get your product, and how they could even maybe work with you.
Sure. So it's a pleasure being here. That's what I want to say to you first. But if you guys want to reach me, you can go to my website at www.rollinfrozen.com. No G, Rollin, Rollin, frozen, FROZEN.com. If you want to reach me, you can email me at info@rollinfrozen.com. Check out our Instagram page, Rollin Frozen, Facebook, Rollin Frozen, TikTok, Rollin Frozen. Rollin Frozen for everything. You guys want to reach me, email me. We do events big or small. We do STEM classes. We are adding the delivery services soon. And yeah, that's how you guys can reach me.
All right. Well, Yolonda Bey of Rollin Frozen, the founder of Rollin Frozen, thank you very much for being on Mark My Words today. It was a real pleasure to learn more about what you do and how you do it. I know I love ice cream. I know how to eat it. Don't know much about starting an ice cream business. There's pretty many of them out there for sure that are startups and getting themselves going. And I think you have a really great thing and a really great concept. And I wish you nothing but the best, especially when you're throwing in the STEM with it. I think that's a beautiful combination. And I mean, you're doing awesome things. I wish you all the best in the world.
Thank you so much. I also would like to add that I am currently working on an ebook to teach others how to make ice cream if they want to start a real ice cream business. They need help. That's in the works right now, so I'll be releasing it soon. So they will be able to find that, probably on my website, on my social media pages. So just be on the lookout for that. I will be having an ebook.
Oh, that's awesome. And I mean, can't think of anybody better to learn from than somebody who has started it from the ground up and somebody who's thinking about the science of it. Hopefully, everybody's thinking about the science of it because making ice cream, I'm sure, isn't just like it's magic. It just happens. Like, you gotta know something. So I don't know near enough. So that's why people like you should be doing it. I should be doing something else. But yeah, no, that's amazing, and I'll be on the lookout for your ebook as well. So,
All right.
Yolanda, thank you so much for being on Mark My Words today. I had blast, and that is it for today. I will see you soon.
Okay.
Thanks again for taking time out of your busy day to listen to Mark My Words. If you would like to connect with me beyond the show, you can find me on LinkedIn at Mark Schmidt, where I will be talking about entrepreneurship, careers, and anything else that is on my mind. You can also connect with me on Twitter and Instagram at Nimrod1979 and Nimrod79 respectively. This podcast also has a page on Instagram at Mark My Words. And finally, if you want to leave me a voicemail or check out what I'm up to with the podcast, come find me at podpage.com/mark-my-words. Thanks again for listening, and I'll be back with a new episode soon. Bye for now.